Good evening, everybody. So, whether it catches it, because there's always a delay, so I'm going to leave it a minute before I say, but a big good evening to everyone watching, and our lurkers, because I always forget you lurkers. I do apologise. I know you're there, but I always forget to say welcome, and for those that are watching this on replay, and hopefully it didn't cut on, so you didn't hear that. But Brian was first. Richard, good evening, but he might be late joining. No worries. I think Rob just turned that up. Andy, good evening to you, darling. Do you have your link for your live? We also have Chris Valleys in. Victor Levitt, good evening to you, darling. Welcome, Chris. Hope you make use of it. Oh, what have you sent to Chris, and Wolfsex PW. Evening, ladies. Are we ready for your first number for a line, which you could win a Finn mug? I drag the PC shed in a minute. Have a few bits to work on and clean track. No worries, Andy. Maybe if you're here, then you might be with us in a minute or so. Who else have we got in? Ivo, good evening to you, darling. I'm just going through. First up, number is Andy's Legs 11. RGJ, remember, most of us will miss the first 30 seconds because of ads. Now I read that. So let me know what you actually caught. I believe YouTube itself has changed ads, so it's not something we can actually change. We do have it so you shouldn't get ads throughout the live, but I think unfortunately an ad at the beginning is just what happens now. Paul, you're 88. Quick question, those who watch my live stream, do you get an ad before my stream starts? Possibly not, but that could be because you're not at the monetization stage, Bri. I'm trying to think when I've watched, there might have been KFC in my case. Paul, KFC for Andy, Moneybags, and 060 Trains. Good evening to you, darling. I've forgotten your name. And guess where my list is? It's actually in my house because it was protecting Morgan when I took him out. So good evening to you. G or R, any taker. Some Breeze, John and Holly. Good evening to you guys. No. Dan, very good evening. Evening, timed it right to be back from Llangollen Line Gala to join the live. Nice one. Hope it's been a good day. It's been lovely here. I've managed to get what I wanted to done in the garden before the weather changes. But unfortunately, it is now raining. Not a bad thing, though, for the garden settling. But at least I completed the side I wanted to get done. So, until we get nicer weather again. I didn't get an ad this time. Oh, okay. Oh, no, Rob's actually commenting there. He must be watching. No ad for me. Running 2 layers of ad block here. Says Ivo, Hermitage Road. Pete, very good evening to you. David Hinks, good evening. Harry from Latvia, yes. Because weren't you on slot cars before, Harry? I think that's what it is. Ray Bertelson, good evening to you. And Kevin! Good evening, Kevin, darling. So those may be lurking in. If you don't know, it just become a thing with Kevin and I shouted it out to the point he actually surprised us at Crew, and all at Crew Model Railway Show must have heard me because obviously I'd never met him before. But it's awesome. We've got a picture with him. But he had this top with Kevin exclamation mark on. And as soon as he kind of did that, I was like, yeah, I was happy. So if you didn't understand why I always shout Kevin, it's just been one of those things that have always happened. And Anthony Middleport Junction, good evening to you, darling. So I know Donegal Dad wasn't live on Thursday. We did try and tune in for a little bit to Newlyn. Unfortunately, we ended up going out on a shift, so it was a quick hello and goodbye to everyone. Who else? Hey, AMG, David Hinks, Brian. Yes, Grace, I've two. Yeah, that's what it is. I think when you come in your slot cars, I know it's Harry, but I'm still You know what I'm like remembering names. It'll come and then I'll be like, yep, I've got it. So, good evening, your Revness, says Mav. Good evening to you, darling. And Todd Armstrong, trackside action. Todd, you've been here before, have you? Or is it you've commented on videos? Oh, peace be with you, Mav. So, yes, good evening, one and all. Now, there's a couple of options for you tonight to watch. Now, on my patrons and members, yes, I did break it. If you haven't seen it, it'll be there to watch. So, I'm kind of wanting to get that fixed up and filled in before I lose any pieces, so I can get on with that. But I've also started making up the tunnel for the old abandoned bit. This is something I wanted to do back when we did the tunnels for the old girl section, and I wanted to make it all green and everything, or I can continue over by the railway line. But if we don't use that, I can lease it and do a train running. So, Todd, yes, you've been in before. May have met someone who knows you at Llangollen today. Chairman Paul of Group 5532. If you do follow arms slot cars, you get great railway integration with them. Huh. Fix the house. So Paul said I might put a poll up actually. See what people think on here.
I was going to say somewhere else it could be painful.
I'm going to get some socks as well. My feet are a bit cold.
Distinct too.
Yeah, but they know I'm doing that. So, right. So, I've started that poll. So, we'll leave that running for a little bit because obviously it is a little bit early on. Pete Hermitage got to 200 subs today. Massive. Well done, darling. Oh, so yeah. Oh, fix the cottage. We're already at 50%. Jesus. And the abandoned railway tunnel. So I've not done a lot with that. It's literally been painted. I started that on the members and patrons, but I think because I was frustrated about the cottage, that kind of affected. But if I show you the camera, well, quickly, we've actually realised that we can keep the cottage. Again, on members and patrons, we thought, the extra cottage that Rob then found he'd got, that is actually living there now, and you still get the line side view. Do you think we might still have it removable though, because it is quite distracting? I don't know, we'll have to see when it runs trains, won't we?
Might change the angle on the camera.
That's not a bad shout. Because if needs be, we can move that to do the live anyway, can't we? And then also in detail cam, that is in bits. So that is why I've kind of been focused.
That on the live.
Yes.
Today's live stream is sponsored by.
Yeah. Well, it used to be like Marlborough back on the days for like Formula 1 cars, didn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, the cottage is unfortunately in pieces, but I'm using that as my advantage at the moment for any gaps when it was built. I've also been filling them in just to get the light blocking out of the way so I don't have to try and fix it after. And I've covered myself in grey paint again. So, and behind that you can see the edge of the railway tunnel that I'm going to make like I am. Where's my lid? So yeah, that's why I've kind of been, now that the weather's changing, that will be my focus, to try and get it while it's not as bad in bits. Or could even do a bit of both. So fixing the cottage is at the top at the moment. But as I said, we will leave it running for a little bit while people are still coming in, because I mainly caught up with the comments quite early. So look up Fitness Circuit, as I'm going to build a scale electric track soon. Fowler Arms did have train cars with power rails in them, so you could drive cars on the train with a loaded ramp. Okay, that's cool. Grace, you said earlier on the video you had a slight accident with a cottage. You blimmin' dropped it. Yeah, I might have dropped it, but
That's like saying the tornado's a light breeze.
yeah, I might have dropped it, but I'm putting it on all full so they can see. And Caboose, good evening to you, darling. Again, good evening to any of our lurkers that are coming in. It was nice to actually work on Austin on today. Again, tomorrow 4 a.m. alarm clocks. What material was that? Plaster over card. So, no,
plaster.
we figured out, and I kind of actually want to get the kit to maybe make my own. It's an old, what's it called, Rob? Linker kit, and it was basically mould, and you make them yourselves. But we had a very long conversation with Gav after, and it's all down to the age of a plaster, how the plaster cast it was actually, you know, that's affected it. And when I was filming this week, obviously plans changed because of our delivery we'd taken for the WWS bits. But more and more was breaking off, and then when I was trying to fill in my holes, this bit had a hairline fracture, so I took it off anyway. So I'm basically rebuilding it, but like I said, filling in where there's gaps to prevent lights after. So, yeah, Caboose. Yeah, they're talking twin him. I read about the Austin 4 a.m. start. It's just a scratch. Yeah, exactly. See, Grace, that's what happens when you let models 3D printed. Rob 5, model cottage. See, this isn't 3D printed, Dan. We'll give her a kick. Extra polish. You actually dropped it.
No.
Well, no, this bit that is now back together.
If you actually check the video out that you cut, Bri, she was holding on to a piece that actually snapped, which is why it fell out of her hand.
So technically it wasn't me. It's Linker kit. Yeah, so I kind of actually, they do new ones now, and I kind of like the idea of it. So maybe at some point I might try and replicate this cottage, but for now it's being rebuilt. Linker online. Thanks, Paul. Weak material, chain reaction. Exactly. Hello, Maria Prescott. Oh, yeah. An evening, Mum. So, hi, Maria. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, you can tell everyone how you're feeling now, Mum. And obviously, Rhodes.
You just jumped.
Where?
David.
Where?
Just going to the bar.
Where's that? Look, where?
David, just going to the bar.
Oh, it skipped it again. That's why.
Just ignore our reverend, why don't you?
Where though? I still can't see it. Oh yeah, there we go. Just going to bar for a Peroni Zero.
Just going to the bar.
Yeah. And Jake's in as well. Mother wasn't even close to being that smash when you dropped it. What have you done to it? Hit it with a hammer. So yeah, bits of it fell off Mav, but like I said, this piece here especially was already, it had like a hairline fracture in it, and while I was filling in gaps,
You know, they can't actually see that on the camera.
can't they? Yeah, they can.
Side view in the corner.
Yeah, it's a side view, it doesn't matter. But it was a hairline fracture anyway, and I was debating trying to prise it off, and then it came off anyway. So side it please, David. Online, right, there we go. Back to I didn't say cottage was 3D printed. I said a Rob 3D printed model of him, even though I know you don't have one of him. Sorry. And obviously Tom as well, if I didn't say hello. My mum up and down this week, but getting there. Thank you. And David is giving communion wine all round. Well, thank you. Peace be with you, David. One of Holly's favourite songs. I chose it, wanted to be part of the layout. Oh, that's lovely. And Brian says, I'm not Catholic. Well, no, Church of England, you have communion as well, Bri. I think I might need to get a pair of socks, though. So, do you want to take over for a minute? And I will get back to it. So at the moment, fixing the cottage is winning. But like I said, we'll leave it until past. I think to be fair with people coming in before I crack on with it.
Pardon the pun.
No, that was smash. That was not crack, it was a smash. So you are still up there because you're in the little view.
I'm going to transition it over anyway. Where are we? Hello everybody. Seeing as Grace is going off to get a pair of socks. Me neither. I'm not CB either technically. My dad's a spiritualist and mum is a Methodist. Oh yeah, that was a good one, Dan. Paul's Catholic, CB and Jewish. Okay, Paul, you're just covering the entire range there. And Christopher, greetings friends. Welcome in, Chris. Hope you're keeping well, bud. Chris, it doesn't transubstantiate if it's Protestant wine. And Let's Go 41. Hello, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. Anthony, Rob. Work that out, Paul. No, yeah, don't confuse me, Paul. You know I don't need any help in that department at all. She's got a phone next to the bloody microphone. Rob, you missed a perfect opportunity to add the Smash Mash advert video into the song with Grace smashing the cottage. Yeah, but you're talking copyright strikes there, aren't you, Dan? I do get what you mean. And Tim, good to see you, bud. Hope you're keeping well. I'm kind of in the corner of this, aren't I? Let's budge that over a bit. I know you all want a much better view of me, don't you? Because you only ever come in to see me. Yeah, right. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Thanks for the vote of confidence, mate. Love you too. Nice to know I'm wanted in the chat just because Grace has left the building, sort of thing. And the internet's still working. Grace has left and the internet's still working. God, do you remember those issues? That was funny, that was. Every time she went out, we lost internet. But it's hardwired in now anyway. Mav, I've had more than enough of religion during the first 25 years or so of my life, but it's not that I don't believe, but just pass me the wine. There's always one benefit, Mav. Brian, yay, Rob's here. See, one person appreciates me. Sod you, Paul. So, how's everybody keeping anyway? I hope you are all doing well. I hope you've enjoyed the weather this week. Well, like Grace said, we've had some really nice weather and it's now raining outside, which, considering the work that Grace has done in the garden, is actually a good thing. Dan, others that use the ad info and don't get copyrighted are over 20 years old and doesn't technically need to win royalties anymore. It's still a copyright issue, Dan. If they're telling you they're not getting copyright, either they're lucky or they're lying. John, can we see your good side, Rob? Oh, John, you basket. Tim said, hello, everybody, unless you trip over the wire. Brian, not been to church since 1985. When was the last time I went to church? Oh, when I was shooting a wedding, that was it.
I was going to say.
Tim, have you been to the model shop in Church Stretton, Bry? It's Snowdon, Western Massachusetts. Jesus.
Where did Sean get married? Oh yeah, that's the last church. Back to Canberra.
Yeah. But the last church I went in for my own purpose was... No, for my own purpose, if you forget photography.
Remembrance.
Was... what remembrance?
When we went into the church, remembrance.
For my own purpose.
Yeah, that was for your
my
own
purpose. Purpose would be my wedding in 92.
That's our subject there.
Yeah.
Talk about your wedding with your other half, you know.
What, another car crash? Don't worry about it. Lions High fires at Llangollen been caused by 7754 last week. Also the champ. Oh Jesus, that ain't good, Don. And Don's in the house. Or Ron, is it? Drup. Don or Ron?
Don.
Don.
I think. I always...
Greetings, degenerates. Yeah, speak for yourself, Don. He's sat on it, not saying this is good, but it's his best shot. Yeah. Take a look in the mirror, dude. All I'm saying. I'm presuming one of these is mine. No, I don't want to. Not that big on chocolate, am I, so. Hey, Grace. Doris says hello.
Hey, Doris.
From Caboose.
Ah. Hey, Doris.
You know who door is it?
I'm not. I'm assuming it's the other half.
I'm presuming it is. Rob's last visit to church was 1892, wasn't that, Rob? Could fire back. Not gonna. I'm feeling particularly cruel today, so I'm not gonna engage in it.
Why change a habit of a lifetime? No, you've just been stupid today.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah.
You're going to tell the group?
Come in the screen and tell them.
No, you tell them. It's you.
There you go.
What? It's not me that's made the mistake.
Help yourself.
So today we've obviously been clearing up, trying to get things clear, which meant massive fire. Somebody decided to obviously add a bit of petrol. That's every time.
On the opposite side. It was
You
nowhere
usually
near.
do.
It was nowhere near the flames.
Yeah, well, this is you we're talking about. So anyway, next thing, I'm looking at him, fire all up his side and on his leg, which he was like, no, it isn't. So somebody now has burns on his hand and his leg. For once, it wasn't me that stuffed up, guys.
And they're not rubbish burns. They're actually quite decent ones.
Well, I think your leg's okay, but that's only because you have
Yeah.
the jeans on. But your hand is...
That's a good mess, that.
That is definitely... That's going to scar, I think. It wouldn't surprise me if that scars.
No, it's only superficial.
Considering all your freckles are now gone.
It's burnt my freckles off.
It has. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it is going to scar.
It's only come through the first dermis anyway, so don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Look how thin that is. It's gone through a single layer of skin. It's done a good job of it, but it's gone through a single layer. Paul, is Rob being a fire starter? Must be following Grace. Yeah, well, at least mine's outside, Paul.
Oh yeah, sugar. We didn't tell my mum when I spoke to her earlier.
No,
Oops.
sorry, Robert, that still doesn't make you hot stuff. Dan, there's no such thing as third-degree burns anymore. There's no first degree,
No. they
second
changed
degree,
it again.
or third degree. It's superficial, partial thickness, and full thickness. What an idiot. Yep, I know. Dave, after changing the subject, 5 ants wanted to rent a flat. They couldn't afford it, so they went in with another 5 ants. And David, please, that's bad, Dave. Adam, our age, it takes longer to heal. This is true. Rob's been told. And chases railway lines. Run, welcome in, bud. 060 Trains. I've been to church in a long time. Been to registry office. Getting married last December 24th. Getting married registrar by named Santa. Okay. And Adam. Good evening, Rob and Grace. RGJ Trains. That's what she says. I see a bottle of Coke on your work table. Where is it? Yeah, there.
Yeah, sponsored by Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Not Pepsi. Ugh.
Marv. Rob be nimble, Rob be quick, Rob jumping above the candlestick. Silly boy, should have jumped higher. Good enough scrolls, great balls of fire. No, it's not the balls, it's the hand, mate. You can just see it there.
On the side of his leg, only very just.
If I do that there, on the knuckle, on the finger, and then, where is it? There as well, just on the side of the hand. Sorry, David. Sorry, David, I had to read that twice before I got it. Don't worry, Bri, it's an age thing. Don says Pepsi. Not in this house.
No.
So married by Santa on Christmas Eve. Well, that's bad news, isn't it, really? Because you're keeping him tied up. He should be out in his sleigh, shouldn't he? Ivo, how many windmills are on the layout? We have...
2.
If I go back to this one...
Are we running any trains tonight?
Depends what you're working on.
I'm going to be working... I think the cottage is overall, we're now at 50.
Yeah.
So
So we've got that one there, which is motorised. And then there's another one up above Grace's Mountains that is a static one, but it's got a light in it. Mab, he's the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm melting. Caboose, I've got a can of Coke on my work table. Good man. Dan, yes, we are in work tomorrow. Tim, I might have the wrong impression, but I thought Grace was trying to repair a house, or has she been defeated?
Oh no, not defeated.
What do you think, Tim? She has actually made it worse.
Yeah, but I think that was needed to make it solid again.
Tim, I might Chris, I did something similar to my hand years ago and it did scar. Oh, I'll be okay, mate. Luckily, it's on the side that doesn't feel as much pain as well, which is handy.
And then your mum turned around and said, or was it your sister, did you put it on water?
No, did you cover it? Oh, no, she said...
No, first was about water, wasn't it?
So, yeah, my sister literally... Oh, did you put it in cold water? What do I do for a living? I said, no, I ran it under a hot tub. 060. Fixing the cottage is the winning boat. We'll leave it going for a couple more minutes, just in case, though.
I think the cottage is winning.
How hard was it to motorise the windmill? We didn't do that. That was done by Roger. What's Roger's channel?
I love the name too. Knockers Lane.
Knockers Lane. Roger Knockers Lane. He bought, built, weathered and motorised it. John and Holly. Hi, Emma. How's the stomach now after the dodgy mackerel? Ooh, that ain't good. I love a bit of nice smoked mackerel. Tim, it looks like it should be condemned, Rob. I think it's even beyond that, Tim. I think condemned would be a polite one.
I kind of want to get one of the kids to start again, I do.
Coke, take it easy on the fluids. The rubber sheets are packaged. No, confused me there, bro. Caboose, if you want to see the train snow video I just posted, feel free.
Has everyone seen ours with our new product?
Californian Reaper pepper is the best powder. Powder helps best with mad tub. Yeah, right. Adam, I'm getting there, John. It's moving. It's moving through. Yeah. Adam, I hear that putting the toilet paper in the fridge helps. Ron, sorry not been able to make any chats over the last few weeks. Been really busy. Thanks to everyone that voted for us in the local model railway awards. Was appreciated. Don't apologise. End of story. How far behind are they? How far is who behind what, mate? Right, you're going to jump back on for a minute?
Woo, pardon me.
You
I'm just finishing my tea.
Pig.
I am a pig.
Fix the cottage is winning. Abandoned railway tunnel. Yeah, so we shall end that there. Because you can always do a bit to the cottage and then...
Well, I'm going to have to, because if I do too much in one go, then we can check.
Okay. But no, Ron, please don't apologise for not being in. We're not one of these channels. Ron, it was a line from Home Alone. Rob, it was a line from Home Alone. I'll take your word for that, sorry. Chris, not bad climb. I hope the fish issue swims away soon. Down the pan, Chris. So you're just going to sit there with your cup of tea. But yes, that does look like a proper disaster zone, doesn't it?
Yep.
That is... It wasn't that bad when she took it off the layout. It really wasn't. And John and Holly, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much, John and Holly, obviously. So yeah, I don't know if any of you guys have seen tonight's episode. Released a couple of hours ago. What we do appreciate, if you do watch it, if you can comment on it, because it obviously does help us. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good one. It worked out quite well. Is Grace still fired? No, it was me being fired today, Don. Literally. No, the poll said fix the cottage, so fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Well, she can have a good go. She's been doing it bit by bit this week. Dan, you need to light up letter T. Look on the screen. Look up. Look on the screen and look at the round light and next light and see the word T.
Huh?
No, you've actually lost me completely there, Dan. When I'm on the cam screen. Right, so let's put us on the... OT? TO? You mean the backlight there, Dan? Todd Armstrong, Trackside Action. Great to see you guys again. Got to go get a haircut. Have a nice evening. Okay, Todd, you take care, buddy. I hope they don't take too much off. Oh, to be on top of everything, Jake. As in comments. Everyone's confused me tonight. Now Jake has. Oh, to we on top of everything, as in comments. Nope, lost me. Ring like the blue light. No, mate, just let it go. It's not sinking in tonight. Don't worry about it, honestly. It's obviously me being an idiot. Ron, remember Ron, don't cross the streams. Great shit. Oh, yes. The Haynes Manual Ecto. Adam, yes, 2 rolls in the fridge already. So Henry Rawlings always did it if it was a curry. Catch you all later. No worries, you take care. Thank you very much for popping in. Just make sure you don't get a pair of knickers with a haircut. Okay, Bright. You was 10 years behind when I joined. I must be thick tonight. Jake is being a perv up on top of everything. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. 060, you're not the only one. I'm glad it's not just me. And SJ's in the house. Hello, Si. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are keeping well. And Paul has to be different. Hi, JS. Right, are you
Yes.
taking back over?
Yep. Ah! That hurt! Too much.
And that was on the side I could feel, Grace, and that was nothing.
No, I think it hurt me more.
Probably.
You know, I said about getting the camera so we didn't have that one showing, but...
Which one showing?
Our faces. I have one that's just for train and the line.
Well, you're doing the...
Yes, which we could not get trains running.
I'll do it in a bit.
Okay. Alright. That's me told. That's me told, guys.
About bloody time too.
Excuse me, when did you last do something on a live?
I'm not the arty one.
When did you last do something on an episode?
Right. I'll tell you what, you can have the smashed shoulder and all the pain that goes with it.
I just have a pain of being with you.
Oh, there's a luxury yacht moored off somewhere.
There's a what?
There's a luxury yacht.
Ew, why would you want to come here?
Oh, a luxury private exhibition yacht.
Okay. So yeah, at the moment, guys, I am filling this in. You can put it there. You might be able to see some of the places. I've actually already done some. Like here as well. I've just done the bottom before we started tonight. Just as a way to get this sealed up, so when we light it up, I'm not going to have to battle with light leaking then. So that's what I'm doing with this at the moment, and then it will actually be building the thing together. But I thought, why not 2 birds and 1 stone? Because I suppose with losing a bit more of the building, I can get in places I couldn't before.
Don's asking, what other animations do you have when you lay out beside the windmill? Not very much at the moment. It's not really been listed on the higher priorities list. Brian's as confused as me.
What?
John and Holly got some Weetabix wagons off eBay, so we'll finally have a rake of them to go with the diesel shunter. Sweet. Chris, I don't understand half the comments tonight either. Thank you very much, Chris. Jake, you're still confusing me and quite a few others. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Let's look for some more light leakage.
Simon says, Grace, that looks like a puzzle.
It is. It's quite a fun puzzle, though, to be fair. Like I said, it's just about getting this all sealed up for light leakage first.
Your mum's saying, now, children, play nicely. We are playing like that. That is nice for us, isn't it? We can play a lot rougher than that. Dara's locomotive shed. Evening all. Good evening, Dara. Good to see you in.
I am not getting my rulers out. I'm just putting that out there.
I will better glue some reinforcement styrene in first. She's working through it. Ron, when you finish putting that all together, paint the inside with paint. All the inside with paint to help stop the light bleed. Yep. 060. There was a pub collapse in Ireland yesterday. Looks like the cottage does now.
So this is the other thing when we were talking with Gavin. He mentioned that, you know, it's simple if you put something on wrong. And I've noticed the person who's built this, it's gorgeous, I'm not going to deny it. But me, who's little miss attention detail, there are bits that I'm like, this isn't straight, this doesn't fill up. So this is kind of why I want to look at maybe getting the newer version of this kit. Or the moulds to maybe build it myself and do it right, if that makes sense. But I like the idea of kind of like making it from scratch yourself. This is a kit bash I wouldn't mind doing.
Oh, and there's no spoilers allowed for Doctor Who tonight either.
Oh sugar, that's out tonight, isn't it? I forgot about that.
Anybody that posts spoilers will be sat on by Simon. And Richard's back in the house. Good to see you, Richard. Oh, and David Green.
Good evening, David.
Anthony Dodge. Hello, Robin Grayson. All there, all here. RGJ Trains. Good to see you, Anthony.
The parody went well. Glad we escaped it.
Grace, have you applied for retrospective planning permission for alterations to the cottage? Yeah, well, the first alteration to the cottage was the sheer collapse of it.
Yeah, I'm putting it back together. What's the special planning permission where you've got to keep outside the same, but maybe slight changes inside?
That's grade 2.
Okay, it's a grade 2 listed building then.
Ron, so did the cottage not have planning permission and got refused? Dan, thinking about it, you could have left the cottage damaged in the layout and had 3 male figures with demolition items top cameo. No, it was supposed to be, it was bought for the farmhouse.
And I fell so in love with it, Dan, that this is why I have the sheer determination to rebuild it. Because as soon as Rob was thinking of it for himself, but then he told me to come and look at it, and as soon as I saw it, I said to him, farm cottage. So...
Mav, spoiler number 1 then. Yeah, try it, Mav. Spoiler number 2. Yeah. I'll put it on near a crumbling. No. Ron, anyone going at the Model Live at the NEC in a couple of weeks' time? Right, John, we are selling a tank engine, 3 Arnold sandwagons and a brake wagon for £35.
So there's that bit now filled in. Some of this I am going to have to do once the rest of the building is together again. Because some of these do like slot in places, so I can't fully. But then like here, I've sealed the outside instead, so...
David Green, could that be the new Crooked House pub? Yeah. Being reassembled, isn't it?
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Anthony, sadly I did not know you guys were in a shed, otherwise you might not have escaped.
Did you not? Suppose it could look like a big room.
No, it's definitely a shed. It's an outdoor building more than a shed. It's a granite walled and brick walled outbuilding.
So I think from the inside, guys, I've actually sealed all this now.
060 actually would make great emergency scene with emergency vehicles, service vehicles beside. Yeah.
If I can get this kit and build one myself, I might just crush this again for the heck of it, and maybe do that. But at this point, it's
Andy, Lord Owl has the shed warp drive. Now, Rob's, you promised that SJ was sitting in the one. Oh, you want Simon? That's kind of kinky. And David Green's going up Model World Live. Dan, would not like to be the perfectionist builder on the crooked pub rebuild. Would do my nothing using a broken spirit level.
That is the old thing with old houses and that, is they are built. They're not straight, not like these new houses, but I would just, especially with this, I'd just rather it had the proper integrity that it should have had. And this is probably what's led to it coming apart anyway. Oh, that's too dry.
SJ to Mav in your dreams. Richard, rebuilding the Crooked House pub, will the leaning be corrected? That's a very good question, to be honest. Are they going to reinstate it as the proper building or as it was before it was illegally demolished?
Well, it's like what happened with regulations as well, because technically if they're building it up again, will they have to follow new building regulations, or because of its listed status, are they allowed to get away with some of it to build it back to what it was?
1980s had $6 billion man. They shall rebuild in 2025. We have the 20 quid plastic cottage. Grace will rebuild it. It was a lot cheaper than that, Mav. Dan.
I just fell in love with it, Dan.
Ron Finneson, just having a quick look. It's 20 quid to get in. I'm operating luckily on the layout.
Jeez, 20 quid.
John and Holly ordered some road signs for the layout. One called Summer Breeze Avenue and the other one called Summer Breeze Road.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Funny enough, I've had a memory come up on my Facebook actually. When I was in Liverpool, I found a Prescott. There was quite a few roads, wasn't there, Rob? A Grace Road, a Prescott Road, a Prescott Farm.
Prescott Street.
Yeah, I found quite a few, but it actually come up on Memory's dad shared it as well. A memory, you know, when you took it with the ambulance there and then me in front of it.
Yeah, Dan taking a guess at the price. No, we're in there pretty often, Dan, so he does look after us. And if you're ever up in Holyhead, it's up on William Street.
I just think it was sweet how we saved that one, especially for you.
Yeah.
Knowing that you'd...
They could leave the facade wonky and adjust the inside floors to the square. That wouldn't be a bad idea, Chris. That's not a bad idea at all.
You're just going to have to let me know if this goes out of sight, guys. It's partly why what I was planning to do this week, I cut the filming and said I was going to continue on my own or such. But I'm obviously more concentrating about getting this right than anything.
There you go. David, someone made a scale version of the Crooked House pub. Oh, no way! That's cool.
I might make a version of the way I'm going to put this back together.
Loads of linker kits and other stuff for links on eBay. Yeah, there is. And if you go to that linker website, it actually redirects you to the new website as well.
Yeah, we were told that... Typical. We were told that the moulds weren't as good then, so this is why I'm kind of more... Do we just buy the new style ones? Not as a kit, but like bricks and that, and at least then...
If it's grade 1 listed, it can be rebuilt as it is. Grade 2, they're only in the... Yeah. So grade 1 listed buildings, you cannot touch the exterior. You cannot touch the exterior or the interior. It has to be reinstated as it was. Grade 2, you can change the interior.
I can't remember what that one was.
I don't know.
But then usually that's buildings that aren't demolished, so it's kind of like, well, how do you get it exactly back to how it was?
Ian Mellon's in the house. Don't say hello to Ian then, Grace.
Good evening. Ian, I was concentrating.
Yeah, because you can only do one thing at once.
Now, do you want to come and do this?
Dan, why should I do it when you undid it?
Well, I'm just meaning about concentrating.
A Holyhead shop called Collect. I've got no idea what it is. On William Street, about halfway down on the left-hand side.
Near the nail bar.
Rich, scale 3D, make the 3D crooked house. Okay, that's cool. Ivo, side walls first, otherwise it never stays in place, Grace.
Yeah, I'm just getting this one because this one was obviously broken, so I'm just reattaching it to what it was. And at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to show the interior in this anyway. So it doesn't matter that it's a bit messier.
That's
inside.
a good suggestion by David.
What?
Have you got masking tapes to support the wall while it sets? You've got loads of masking tape.
Yeah, it's under there. But how do I do it without touching plaster? Because I was just going to put plaster alongside the edge as well. Won't that get it on it?
You might keep it straight. It's up to you.
No, I'm just going to do a test now, because that was the other problem when I did this before. It wasn't actually put in straight. That's the other issue. It's like I say, when it was built by the person.
And Ewan's in the house.
It wasn't built perfect either, so I'm having a kind of, unfortunately, this wall built to how it was.
I'm guessing to build the crooked pub, there's some plans somewhere of it, or there will be analysing all pictures to pick all angles. It depends what they're going to do with it, mate.
So I'm going to let that sit for a minute, let it settle, because it is quite warm in here, and then I'm going to go along the outside of each, just to...
David Green, I think I still have some old blinker mould. Nice one, mate.
Now, I was just looking at this and thought I'd love to try and do something like this myself, because it's stunning, it really is.
Adam, one of my cousins was in the National Trust House in Staffordshire.
Oh no,
and they had
where's
to get
that gone?
permission to even hang a calendar. Couldn't paint the place without permission. Yep, they are that fierce about it.
Oh, there it is. Right, so I'm just leaving that for just a minute. Now, unfortunately, on ceiling certain areas, I have lost the paint that's on the roofs. So I am going to have to slightly... Why is that not?
Grace, any missing parts make it look like it was repaired with stone.
Well, this is the great thing about this moulding paste that I have, is I can use that as a way to build it up, and I just am careful about that settling for now. But what I can do actually is if I flip it round and seal the other outside for now.
Did we give Alan Reynolds a shout?
Oh no, Alan darling, very good evening, sweetheart.
I do apologise, Alan, if I've missed a previous comment. Then plaster oozes out when using masking tape. When dry rub and free it, then remove the tape.
Right.
Cine 3D are currently selling mystery boxes for $29.99 with up to £50 worth of items.
Let's do that so you guys can actually see it.
If a customer of the pub had one leg shorter, thrust the right length.
Huh?
No, Dan, try typing that one. You confused me again.
Am I not understanding things tonight?
Adam, beautiful house with history going back centuries. Very Tudor style build. Nice one. Richard, those linker kits were good, but took ages to make.
Yeah, this is... I just like the idea of it, to be honest.
David, Buckles Kelly do a print of Miss Wilberforce's house from the Lady Killers.
Okay, that's cool. Didn't like the new film though.
No idea what you're
to
talking
be the
about.
original Lady Killers film.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it?
Well, If I've said I've never heard of it, then that means I've never heard of it, so why question
Is
it?
Lady Killer's the one that pose as a band and have the old deer? That's the only thing. Am I mixing that up with Fiddler on the Roof? I'm sure Lady Killer's is that one.
Not watched that either.
Because the actor who looks a bit creepy, he has that creepy look on his face, doesn't he?
So my friend Eileen has one leg longer than the other. Ewan, yes, I'm going to put moss killer on the front grass and praying for rain overnight to wash it in.
Well, we've got rain here, so...
We'll send some over, Ewan.
I'm kind of gutted about it. Means no sun, but for the garden, it's the best thing.
Originals are always best. Discuss. No discussion, David. You're always right. You are right. The originals are always best.
No, isn't that been like the one odd film? Like Top Gun, the second one, they did pretty well with that. You know, I know that's a continuation, but...
Buggles Kelly makes great 3D items. Adam says, yes, that's the Lady Killers, Grace.
I was having a think.
Question, if the customer of the pub had one leg shorter at just the right length, was the crooked pub straight and normal to that customer? They'd have to have a seriously shortened leg. David, Dawn Quest made a layout of the Lady Killers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought she had.
Richard, yes, Grace, the bank thieves who hide out in the house.
So I'm not going to need it here, but on other parts when there's been a bigger gap, I have tried to put the tiles back in as well. Once it's dried, I've...
Damn you, okay. Richard, his soda stuff is amazing, but I do worry for Tom that Buggles Kelly in case Mattel hears what he makes and go after him. Chris, I think Copenhagen Fields Engage layer has added Mrs. Wilberforce's house at the actual place as it would have been on the layout. I've been right for ages, Brian. Why?
I'm just basically using a damp brush here, just to... This is what I've been doing to try and kind of keep everything around it. Like I said, tiles will need repainting, but... No, did I not put any up there? I thought I had.
You sound nuts, says Brian.
Huh?
To Dan.
Oh. Let's get that back up.
Brian, been up since 3:30 and have to do the same tomorrow. It's worse tomorrow. I'm the only cleaner rostered until, unlike today's 10. Richard, I agree, Dan. I think someone will have sorted that. Hopefully, it'll be okay. Aaron Bill! Hello all, a bit late. Been to Norwich Model Railway Show, helping out. Nice one, Aaron. Good to see you, bed.
I just moved that. That was not clever.
Dan, took a steering wheel out of my pants the other day. It was driving me nuts. And on the list of bad dad jokes. Grace is going to be interested wearing gloves tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to wear them to protect it.
Yep.
Dan, go get some sleep.
Well, I've wiped away most of his ceiling now. I've done really well on this one. Not.
Wiped away most of what?
Of the ceiling. That I put in. I don't know how I managed that.
So you put it in and then you wiped it out?
No, actually it's sunk in, that's why. I'm going to have to do a bit more.
That doesn't happen very often with you, does it?
No, sinking in.
Most things don't sink in, do they?
Oh no. I'm confused most of the time.
You won't hear me arguing with that.
Is Andy back in?
Andy's transport videos. Hello guys, I'm relaxing by tinkering my bike. I tracked TR1 mountain bike. Havels Warrington sold them for about £90 back in the day. I bought my own money from the budget ranges, right? Aaron, nice spelling, Grace. Dan, we'll get some sleep once I had tea and a bath. Anyone want genuine weathering powders for steam locomotive crews? Yeah, that's a point. Ivor, Lincoln looks like a very limited version of our. I'm not even going to try and say that last bit either. Auhagen? What are you doing now, Grace?
Staying on this roof while that dries.
After this morning, I look like Frankie Howard from the St. Trinian's Great Train Robbery film. That was a cracking film, that was. Oh, and there goes the last one. Sorry.
What?
No, the last blister's just leaked all over me.
Oh, nice. I think that's going to be sore tomorrow.
Damn. You sure, Brian, it's premium improving a success on me? How on earth are you going to colour that roof?
Same as they did, paint it. That's what it is paint.
Aaron, if you were an animal, which animal would you be? Surely you were trying to write enamel. Our Hogan BKS is a catalogue of wall sections mainly to build industrial warehouses. Oh, cool. I'm with you now, mate. Andy, I got back in the day. It's simple to keep growing. I fixed them myself because I don't pay any bike mechanic fees. Yeah, the best way, isn't it, mate? And you do get a satisfaction out of it. No, mate, I'm not weathering my locos. Damn. Last week we unofficially recreated the antics of St. Train Robbery film. Steam locomotive coming towards us as the diesel as we're thinking the horn to get them to go forwards. I need my hand to stop leaking everywhere.
That isn't good. It's going to hurt when you have a shower as well.
It hurt when I wash my hands.
Let's see if we can do this without taking the stuff off.
Ewan says, I do like that dinky little trowel Grace is using.
It's just an artist one.
Paul Woods slaps Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. And Victor Levitt shooting off. No, Victor, you take care, buddy.
Why are you thanking Aaron when it's Paul that slapped him?
I'm saying thank you to Paul for slapping Aaron.
You said thank you, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you, Paul, for slapping Aaron. And Don's shooting off as well. It's been a beautiful afternoon and the yard work needs to get done. No worries, you take care, buddy. 060, I'm confused with the chat tonight. It's some kind of shorthand text. Maybe I'm just old. You're not the only one, buddy. You're really not. Adam, yes, we have moss lawns up here too, you, and if I was to put moss killer down, the lawn would disappear. Yeah, I've had lawns like that as well. Aaron, at Norwich Model Show today, Gary Welch from Model Behaviour was weathering locos with an airbrush. So many layers, great. Now that's a talent. Yeah, you have to slap yourself now, Aaron. Paul's going to slap you, but you have to slap yourself as well, mate. Don't know whether to put a dressing on this tonight just to stop it getting all gunked up.
And that feels
Mark and Lisa! Hi Rob and Grace, not long home, just sitting down with a cuppa and tuning in. Good to have you both in. Brian, I'm really confused. Yeah, you're not the only one, Brian. Paul slaps Rob to get names right. Yeah, bring it on, Paul.
Paul is slappy happy, isn't he?
I think he's a bit of a tart, to be honest. He wants to slap people. He's a kinky tart. Oh, Jason's in. Hello, Jace. Sorry I missed you there, mate. I hope you're keeping well.
And ignoring Jason slapping Paul.
No, Paul knows I'm starting to enjoy it. Just be careful with the stories you tell about the railway and social media. It can cause serious with the ORA and HRA. Okay.
Who's that to and from?
Flymer, can you not cope with the nitro globe over the burnt hand? Well, I'm going to have to. I've got no choice, mate, because I'm working tomorrow. And you do have to wear it for infection. You do have to wear them for infection control. Thankfully, with me driving, I only have to wear them for a short while.
Yeah, it'd be sod's law. We get patients that it has to be full PPE tomorrow.
Yeah. You and Flymer, that's my front lawn. Moss with a few blades of grass thrown in for good measure. Yeah, that was my lawn too. Just got home. Yeah, I did notice where you tagged yourself. Drop a message. Is everything okay, Jace?
Oh, back at...
No, somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Rich, sorry to hear about your hand, Rob. How did you do it? Sheer stupidity. Starting a bonfire, burning rubbish. Lit the fire one side, poured petrol on the other, and it jumped over. And then I set fire to my right-hand side. Anthony, thanks. For those that saw it, seems to have gone over well enough. Not bad for two unprofessionals in a basement with a base mic and computer. Basic mic. Jace, will do now. Be right back. No worries, mate. Yes, I've got. I'm going to have a couple of decent scars on there, and scabs when it heals over. At the moment, it's just leaking everywhere.
Your issue is because it's a burn, isn't it? So it's like, do you cover it up or not?
Andy, get round my bike because it's the most effective way to get round and cheapest. Adam.
Shit in again.
Wow, there would have been quite a bang then, Rob. Well, luckily, I managed to put the flames out that were actually on me.
Yeah, Mum had turned off the hose pipe as well, hadn't she?
David, dug up my lawn and put artificial grass down as dogs ruined it.
But it did make a bang when it went, because I think I was doing something with the weeds and that, didn't I? And
It's like a woof sound, isn't it?
The next thing, I turn around and you're on fire.
Petrol rubbish and a naked flame, Richard, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Adam, I've done it, but we put a trail of petrol away from the fire. Yeah, well, it was a decent size, and the actual where I'd lit was nowhere near where I poured the petrol. But yes, I do understand that fumes catch. That's where I should have known better. Rich, oh dear, bet that hurt. Hope Grace didn't laugh. No, she didn't. She panicked.
No, I just said fuck.
Yeah, you nearly said
Stop, drop and roll, didn't I? Of all the things to Richard say!
Yeah, what the hell was that? Anyway, stop, drop and roll!
I don't know! It was something you learn as a kid, isn't it? And I'm seeing you on fire and you're not putting it out.
Grace, stop shouting.
Yeah, I did panic, but I wasn't expecting to see you in flames, was I?
You're supposed to put the petrol on first and throw the match and run like hell. Rob, can you get some cotton gloves locally? Can't put any cotton in it, they're open and seeping, so cotton would be the last thing I'd put on top of them, to be honest, David. I've got to leave it healed by itself now. I might put something to cover on it overnight and then just put it with the gloves tomorrow. Ivo, messing around on the floor at the moment, currently running one of Sam's train top picks of the worst locomotives. Okay. Adam, glad to hear that, and Rob, very lucky for. Oh yeah, it could have been a lot worse. David, I was using my petrol train chainsaw last week. I loved my petrol chainsaw.
You still got yours, haven't you?
I still have it.
It just needs a service.
It needs a damn good service. Anthony Middleport, gotta go, guys. Enjoy your evening.
See you later, darling. Thanks for tuning in.
Right, gas doesn't burn, but the fumes do. Oh yeah.
We know that now.
Oh, pity the camera was on it. The camera was on it. Actually, it's probably recorded it as well.
Oh yeah.
Including the part where Grace screams out,
Stop, drop and roll. What? I think that was just sheer panic, turning round and seeing you in flames. And that's something you learn as a kid, isn't it? So I think, obviously...
Andy, parked bike, Shimano parked, cheap, get presumably. Don't blame Graspel Grace, who's panicking will be a panicker.
I don't usually panic.
Aaronville, Rob the Stoneman, Fantastic Four, flame on!
To be fair, I don't usually panic, but then that's medical, where you were actually on fire, tried putting yourself out, and it wasn't going out.
Richard Rob, I bet you did not ring the paramedic. Oh, hell no. Wouldn't waste an ambulance on that, even if I had to burn myself. I would have driven myself into hospital should it have been required, because it's not a life-threatening emergency, is it? Paul Woods, you would have used diesel. Yeah, but the problem is you can put a fag out in diesel. And I have done. Polybag stuff, keep it moist. Andy, sorry, Grace.
What's Andy saying sorry for?
I don't know. Paul Woods, I never needs a big one. And Mark's in the house. Chris, I saw a Sam Trained review of Backman Collar Goods. He thought it was terrible. I thought it looked nice, so I bought one, and it's one of my most reliable logos.
I think you will find here there is a few opinions on Sam's Trains. It's personally what people are into. He's not my cup of tea. I can't take someone seriously who tells you not to run trains on carpets and then runs them on carpets. But that's just my personal opinion.
Well, guys, although I appreciate what Rob went through, but due to past experience, I can't discuss it. Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Just you and fire and burns don't get on, do you, mister? Given your history.
Adam, yes, diesel does take a bit of starting, but it does go up in a hurry once it's caught. Yes, once it's got the heat there. Yeah, look after yourself, man. Dan, what Rob isn't telling everyone is that it was his audition interview for fire service and second option, Jackass. Yeah, true. Sorry, man, catch you later.
Why is this?
Richard, are you sure you were not acting out of the Wicker Man film? I love that. The original film with Edward Woodward. I love that film. Andy, I would worry, don't blame her. It's natural, I spelled the name wrong, but No, don't worry about it, Andy. Honestly, don't panic, buddy. To be honest, most of the stuff he reviews is miles behind European stuff, apart from what really recent products.
It's just personal opinion at the end of the day. I'm not going to knock him as a YouTuber itself. It's not easy, the hard work that goes into it all. He's just not personally my cup of tea.
Sam's Trains is very informative. Like Grace said, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
That's why I can't watch Jenny Kurt, because I'm not that smart. She is very much with information. That's why I can't watch Jenny Kirk. I don't understand it, basically. But again, you know, these are all YouTubers and there's a lot of work that goes into making content. So whether you like them or not, I think that's got to at least be appreciated, isn't it? No hate, just an opinion. This is not winning. Why is this not winning? I did something on accident, of course, it the other day. So I'm just going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. I don't want to put it by the fire, because I don't want to...
That rain's really coming down.
Yeah. It's needed though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
If you're going to leave that for a minute, you're going to catch the comments. I want to have a look at that, see how well that's been caught.
Oh, you're looking at the flame on.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes, guys, just to settle in before I do anything else. Put it down there, so that should at least hold it in rough place. I'm going to put the train on just so people can see how it's looking, actually. Alexa, turn the train light up 10%. What do you think to that view, guys? No?
Got the comments.
Yep. Where are we at? Which were you at? Sorry.
Ray, has anyone noticed the palette knife?
Oh, where's that? Oh, yeah, it doesn't... You have a purple handle now, I'm confused. Yeah, this is true. Maybe I should paint it at some point. No, it was actually gifted by someone. That's actually where the modelling clay come from. This is someone that gave it for me as a fellow artist. But maybe, yeah, I should get it. But this stuff is actually coming so much handy. Whether it's sealing a hole in a wall at my flat. Right. All YouTubers are very informative in their own ways and we can learn off each other. Yeah, so exactly. You know, I'm never one that's going to say I'm going to knock another YouTuber. It's just personal opinion. You know, that's all it is. And, if they are ever someone who watches our channel, always welcome. Like I said, unfortunately, channels like Jenny's are too informative for me and my knowledge. If I knew and understood more, then maybe I would be more interested in it. But I kind of phase out because there's too much information for me. But, there are some... Everett Junction is one I like, though.
Yes.
So, sorry I missed Mav, but cooking. I personally find Jenny's live stream to be very clicky. I don't watch them because obviously, like I said, the channel herself, it's too much for me. I'm thick, basically. But, I just want it out there that even if it's a channel we don't like, it's not us knocking them. It's just personal opinion. They might even watch ours and go, no, don't like them. We're too rude. We're too this. We're too that. And at the end of the day, I'm never going to knock someone if they don't want to watch our channel or, It's just never want anyone to think, oh, we were saying something bad about another channel, because it's never that.
No, you can't see any flames.
Sorry?
You can't see any flames on me.
No, because you were facing the opposite way. It was all at your front. So the camera was behind you.
It was here. Hence the burns.
Yeah, but your arm was in front of you and that as well.
Yeah, and the view is down that side, you wally.
Yeah, but it was front. You were facing directly towards me, so behind the camera.
Really, Grace? Really? Do I get an apology?
I don't know why. Robert's on the pencil isn't purple. So I wish I could have all these things purple. Oh, can you hear the woof in it? You might hear my stop, drop and roll as well. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at this. So that must have been when you were...
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can see the smoke.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
look.
so you were facing away from it.
Yeah, and the flame was there, you wally, on that side.
I'm going to say I saw a flame. We should not worry, but it's easier said than done. And right, we all have our tastes and preferences. YouTube is big enough for all, and nothing wrong with preferring to watch one thing over another. Exactly, Anthony. I just, because the discussion has happened, I don't want anybody to think that, you know, we're knocking a channel. It's just, like you said, our own opinion. We all have the holes, so we all have opinions. Some change your perspective. Some YouTubers go over the top if we hate comments on it. This forms the ban for making comment and getting spelling wrong. Oh, it doesn't matter. I can't type myself. Jenny also has another YouTube channel which supposedly had other YouTubers on, but never seen others on it. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just they lurk. You know, it's like we go into some and don't say anything. Still hoping... Sam, my last sentence was supposed to say not same. I'm with you. Glad we might get some rain. The dry spells, a couple of steam trains cause line-side fires and steam tours banned, so I hope it will be lifted now. Missed 2 tours video. Yes, actually I saw something about that the other day. Yeah, the garden definitely needs the rain because now all concrete and that's been taken out of it. It needs to settle. Flymo, not a hashtag, not a cult. There's some great stuff to watch and learn from all. We have our preferences. Exactly. So like Anthony, that's my only stick. Sam, he rarely does continental and then gets real picky to defend the UK market. So as a non-UK for you, I can see why it's not something that doesn't appeal to you. It's like Andy Hot Dog, he gets a lot of Americans in because he runs a lot of American trains. Grace and Rob Rude, never. No, we only swear. Anthony, I love Richard Everett Junction. Sadly, he has, for all intent of purposes, now left the hobby. I did wonder why there'd been no videos.
I loved his scenery.
Yeah, and the other
buildings
one, there's a guy, his channel used to be Sam something, but I realise he's now transitioned to a woman, so it's changed names, but he was another good one for building things. I think we discussed him before, but I cannot remember his new name unless he's kept it Sam something as his channel. Truly unique, says David. Yes, we definitely are. You're not this, Grace. You're not sick, Grace. You're intelligent. Otherwise, I would consider you intelligent. No, I know, Andy. I'm just meaning in terms of trains. I am quite thick, really. So when certain YouTubers go into like the ins and out of the trains and even the locomotives, it's lost on me. So unfortunately, it's not something I can really sit and watch because I just don't understand it. The one thing I think we do like with Sam's Trains is when he does those builds and fixes on a timer. So, you know, that is something we watch, isn't it, of Sam's? When he does the time trial ones, when he's got the timer and he's fixing in the time.
Restoring them.
So, you know, it's just personal. And like I said, some of these channels, they're just too much info on the trains for what I understand. Apparently, someone has said she doesn't watch the other YouTubers unless she has to. Heard that from another YouTuber. That's her choice, though, at the end of the day, isn't it? I get points with social media because we do so much on social media. I don't watch as much, and I've admitted that to even other modelers here. I don't watch as much, mainly because I need a break from social media. Grace, watch RGJ Trains, they are more your level, says Richard. Oh, is that a good channel? I've heard it's not much trains. They never make plans and stick to them, and they're always breaking things or setting fire to things. I don't know, is it a good channel, Richard? Either most German manufacturers got a rude wake-up call in the 1960s when Pico started doing high-detail freight cars. That's the only thing, like Hornby as well. A lot of their stuff is the old castings, isn't it? Yes, Anthony, I think he last put a video up a year ago. That is a massive shame, you know, because Everard Junctions was absolutely fantastic. The detail he done on the stuff. But I'm trying to think of this other guy's name. Well, sorry, he's now a female, so she, but Sam something. And he did amazing rocks and scenery, and he built the escalator. Rob, put it on YouTube. Flame on! I didn't catch the flame.
You can't see the flames.
It's easy enough to just navigate you away from things you don't like. Andy, have you got your link up, by the way? You're not thick, Grace. Jason's
Andy's
back.
already dealt with.
Oh, okay. Don't like it, don't watch it. Simples. He lost a job, got a new one, moved houses at other events, so he is out of the hobby for the foreseeable future. Oh, that is such a shame. I really enjoyed his videos. Does he go to model railway shows, though, or... Growler Ewan, Anthony Richard at Everett Junction, hasn't left the hobby. He's taking a break while he renovates his first house he bought. Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, that will mean hopefully I'll start all over again.
Yeah, like Marklin of Sweden. Brian is back. Somebody's Grace, never put yourself down. You're modelling art. No, I get that. I just mean...
Grace, stop shouting.
I just mean I'm sick in railway knowledge.
Grace.
Yeah.
Grace, look at the bar. Look what you're doing to
Oh,
the
okay.
bar.
A priest, a man, and a rabbit. Meet up. The rabbit was a typo. I watch a lot of different channels, some for scenery, track work, electrical, and some friendly banter and help where I can. It's all fun and learning. Big announcement coming very soon involving several special chosen YouTubers, says Jason. I'll pin that for a minute just to get people. Boulder Creek was Luke Towin, now he identifies as she and is called Ellie. Oh, sorry, it's Luke Towin. Boulder Creek. Has she kept the channel name or doing anything? Because that was another cracking YouTube for scenery. I love you.
Staring at nothing, Grace.
Oh, can we get some trains running or?
I'll do it in a minute.
Okay. Because it's coming up to 8:30 already. RGJ Trains. I love the UK stuff and have a lot in interest for it. Now looking at American stuff, heck, 40% or so of my subscribers are UK folk. No, I get that, Anthony. I'm just... Everard has moved house, but with house reservations, his layout's taken a... No, that says reservations. I'm guessing you meant renovations. His layout's taken a back seat while the layout's still at his parents' house. It's a shame, isn't it, when that happens? Interesting, Jason. I wonder
turn on the trains.
I wondered what happened to Boulder Creek, Dan. Yeah, I noticed when they transitioned wearing more feminine stuff, but I don't think they've done many videos. You could try that stuff on time, maybe. Some statistics. I'd rather watch rugby. Andy did that email come through on the sound chips. Thanks, Brian. You and beat me to it. As a budding scratch builder, I tend to watch Tony North, Easter Station Road, and the like. Oh, that's some recommendations of ones to check out then. It's my sort of channel, Grace says Richard. Glad to hear it, darling. And did have some next stuff. I thought that said squirt, not squint there, Andy. Okay. Yep. I'll have a squint, he says, but I read had a squirt. That's what happens when you're reading all the comments. You kind of read it quickly. I wish it was simple for some folk. Don't like it, don't watch it. We get a lot of hate mail along with negative comments at times on videos. I know, Anthony, and this is what I'm saying. Any YouTuber, whether it's one that I like to watch or not, I still appreciate all the hard work that goes into them running and creating their channel. At the end of the day, it's not easy. It's like, I know Jenny Kirk at one point, they had to back off a bit because of the time it was taking. We totally understood that, didn't we? Because it was when Jenny Kirk downsized the amount of episodes and things she was doing. Because there's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm saying that no matter if you like a YouTuber or not, the respect for the work that it takes is there.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, someone's sexuality, gender, or whatever shouldn't even begin to come into it.
No, and it is people like that I feel for, because they will get abuse because of that. And it shouldn't make a difference. It's even like me as a female, we have had comments, obviously depending what I wear in summer, but we even have had comments basically put me down because I'm a female doing this.
Oh, no. That disgusting comment last week as well.
No, it's not as bad as the one we had last year. But, you know, it shouldn't matter who you are in this hobby, whether you're male, female, transitioning, it's...
I wonder if we've lost any subscribers because of you being bi.
I don't know. As far as I know, Richard and... Oh, yeah, everyone's saying the same thing now. You guys have to click on my name. That's what I said. I can, sorry. You're not sick. Enjoy the trains you run and the layout you create. And you always learn about your locos and stock when you're ready. So, yeah, it's... I've learned a little bit as we go along. It's like it was Jason that told me the difference between tender and loco driven. And I was quite happy that I then knew that. I heard a voice I recognised at Glasgow show. It was Dean Park. Good to meet so many other folk too. Growler Ewan. Oh, nice. Good evening, everyone that wasn't there when I previously said it. Said Jason. Ellie's kept a channel but hasn't posted a video in a while. Makes me suspect that she had had some trolls and maybe taking a break. And that is where it is a shame.
It's pathetic.
Because it takes a lot for somebody to transition. So to then get that at the end of the day, their actual ability to do things hasn't changed. And I think it's such a shame.
Not happening, the track needs cleaning.
Oh, okay. Is it that loco that I just put there?
No. You know what's a shame? That there's people like that still wasting oxygen on this planet.
Yeah. I subscribed to too many railway YouTubers that I don't have the time to keep up with all of them. Yeah, it was good to meet you. Flymo, are you guys wrapping soon? Did catch you later. So, oh, was that by accident? There was a comment, Aaronville's comment, Scott. I don't see anything wrong with that unless that was an accident.
What's that?
Aaron's comment was removed. I have a feeling that was in error, Aaron. So I hear RGJ that Grace wears purple and is a good 10-pin bowler. Probably not anymore. But I have a feeling, Aaron, that wouldn't have been deleted deliberately.
Oh, God,
it's
no.
probably been done accidentally. I find that everyone is taller than they look in videos. You and no, I'm still short. Gonna have to duck out Miss H on her way back from a vet after a tortoise emergency. See you all. My next
no
one.
way, David.
David. I hope all's okay.
Yeah, David, keep us posted, please, privately.
I love Laura McWilliams. She was a wealth of information. Don't think we know that one. Before you do that, I need the toilet, if that's all right.
At the end of the day, anybody that victimises somebody because of their sexuality or gender, well, I nearly swore, but I'm just going to say they don't belong on this planet. End of story. Where are we?
Do you want another cuppa?
Where were you, Grace?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that. I get that reaction when we meet fellow YouTubers. You're taller than you look on YouTube.
Alan, Lord Owl. Oh my God, is he tall? We've actually met him.
I love the women in the hobby. I think it's great. It's not a gender-specific sport. No, it's not. Chris, I hear some dubious conversations at the MLC sometimes. I just have to keep my own counsel. No point in arguing with closed-minded individuals. And that's why I get into trouble, Chris. What are you looking for?
Can you pass me my phone, please? Do you want a cuppa?
Where is it?
There. Blended in. Oh, yeah. Brian. purple phone case.
Shall
I bring in some?
I know it's good to see more women modellers. Wear what you want and keep doing what you're doing, Grace. No one should tell you what to wear. We had a rather snide comment on, I think it was the plans video, was it? Mark and SJ? That they actually jumped on themselves. Fair goes. Mark, I have the same problem as you, Alan. I'm subbed to too many channels to keep up with now. So sorry to these channels that I watch and haven't left comments on. Well, if you comment on ours, you comment on ours. If you don't, you don't, buddy. Don't worry about it. That means I'll be fatter than I look on YouTube. Yeah, me too. When are you coming back? When to coming back? It's just... Here, RGJ. Grace wears purple and is a good 10-pin bowler. Yeah, that comment was obviously mistakenly deleted, so don't be offended at all. Well said, Rob. Ray, we all know Grace's Purple Mountains are the best. Well, of course. Andy, I had to give up the bus button because it had issues with big effect on my mental health. And that's a shame, Andy. But I do understand the negative comments on it as well. Jace, love the t-shirt. Oh, yes. Can't beat Ecto 1. Aaron, thanks Adam, my 10-pin bowling average is now 167. I think my average would be worse than that. Grace, mine's a copy. Yeah, come and get it. No, don't come and get it. Dragon, I'm here, Grace, one of your lurkers, enjoying the show in the comments. No worries, bud, I hope you are keeping well. Mark, I've missed your live streams, Jason. Yeah, we all have. And Lord L's in the house. Down at the wavy line. All rise, Lord L in the house. Good evening, Dragon Junction. And we still need to get over to yours, don't we, buddy? We keep meaning to, and then life gets in the bloody way, doesn't it? But we will get over there. We have passed your house probably within, I would hazard a guess, at about 400 metres at the very, very most, Al. John, I think I'd be lucky to hit double figures in bowling. I'd be lucky to hit any of the pins. Feel alive, feel love. If you're going to insult Maria, do it without hitting enter first. May return, just need the confidence. Yeah, just ignore the haters. I mean, we, as I said, we had this comment last week, and we do get some absolutely vile ones. But I've gone past the point now where I was deleting them, or responding then deleted them. I'm leaving them up there now, because people get to learn what these idiots are like. And I don't care, that person that commented last week, I don't care if he's watching tonight, he's an idiot. Aaron, let's all go and Rob and Grace for tea, coffee and biscuits, all 36 of us. Oh yeah, you're not touching my coffee, you can have the cheap stuff. Chris, Lord Owl's entered the building. Anthony, I was once a really good bowler, even semi-pro, but burned out 20 plus years ago, bloody hell. Mark asking Maria how she's feeling. Lord Allen's layout is well worth a day visit. We're going to get there, we are. David, haven't been 10-pin bowling in ages. 30 years for me, I think. Ray, no, they can't stop with the transport patients out. Well, we could if they wanted, if they were a train railway fan. Adam, I've put the light on now, Maria. As they say, ships in the night. We will get there, Al. I promise you, we will get there. Andrew, hi RGJ Trains and Chat. Mick, I've been lurking and drinking. Not wrong with that, Mick. Not wrong with that, buddy. Alan, trolls are to be ignored. Yeah, we're just leaving them up there now. Let everybody else see what they're like. If it's an absolutely disgusting comment, I will just delete it because nobody needs to see that. You know, if it's language or anything. John and Holly, anti-transport videos, ignore them, mate. It's something you enjoyed. Don't let them win. Very true. We will have to go back to Lauderdale's layout. It's changed a bit since we were there in 2022. You might find some adjacent skin on the entrance to the shed, though, from where he hit his head on it. Ray, Mick's doing it backwards. Oh yeah, true. It should be drinking first, shouldn't it? Bri, gotta run. All thanks, Robin. Great. No worries, Bri. You take care, bud. Nice to have you in the chat as always. Aaron, Anthony, 70 Pro Bowler. Whoa, if you got it, you got it. And Hermitage also misses your live streams, Jason. You're getting a few hints here, Jace. Flymo, hello Andrew. How are you? Kings around you was looking serious. Maria, getting a little better every day, thank you. And she has her car back, which is what she was looking forward to as well. Because like we said last week, she had to leave the car here, so I've been looking after it. And we had a chat and we went for a drive the other day, and Maria was absolutely fine driving, so she's got her car back. I know what it was like when I couldn't drive. Andy, I noticed if you don't know how you can't relax, you need one that could be a mental health. It can be, yeah. That's why I enjoy doing. I need to get back into my Lego because I found that very calming. Good here. How about a new series? Go for it, mate. Go for it. Do it. Just do it. Schedule it right now. Go and get onto your computer and schedule a live stream. Absolutely under transport video. Yep, just do it. New series live streams, yes please, Jason. How long have you got on air? We're going to be on for another 20 minutes or so. We are starting earlier in the morning tomorrow, so we have got to finish at 9 p.m. Mix, hello to everyone who said hi. Jason missed the shortbread supply. Al says keeps updating, keeps me busy. Does it keep you out of trouble though, Al? Probably not. Mark says yes please, Jace. I don't know, fine things. Andrew, things are improving. Ray, I was a decent bowler until I broke my arm in 3 places. Now I can't even hold the ball. Ouch. Aaron, Rob, do you know any big Lego builds? Add to playlist. I do the... I've got quite a few different ones. I do the Technic stuff. I think one of the biggest Technic ones is a car about that big. And I was about halfway through the build. And 2 pieces didn't line up, and I tracked it back, and I had to dismantle about 3/4 of it to get to this one piece. Got Doctor Who stuff, Star Wars stuff. Depends what grabs me at the time, but I've got, I think, 8 sets that need building. Ouch, not so good, Ray. I've never got used to the slippy shoes. Right, everyone needs to drop off the street. No worries, you, and thank you so much for dropping in. It's always nice to see you, mate. You take care of yourself. I do need to get back to building them though, because it's really mentally calming. You focus in on it. But I've got some wiring to do here. Once Grace gets that corner finished. Chris, got a V-Train class 37 Cardiff Canton in EWS. Runs great on DC with all lights working. DC C'd it and all lights don't work. So yeah, anybody in the chat? Got a VI Trains Class 37 Cardiff Canton in the EWS. Runs great on DC with all the lights working. DC C'd it and the lights don't work. Any ideas? If anybody knows how to answer that one for him, please. Jason's being hammered to start his live streams up again.
Ugh. Okay. What are you looking at?
Did you hear him growl at me because he jumped up on there? He proper growled at me. And I'm thinking you've got your own bleeding bed.
Can I swap?
Yeah, you can, because I'm popping to the loo.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to do a bit more of the building. Somebody else.
Let him come up on your
What do you want? What do you want?
He's going up on the chair.
No, he wants out. Go toilet. Oh. So I'm going to flip it back to the detail and do a bit more. Which means, obviously, comments I will miss. I don't even know where he was. Do you do any big Lego builds? Add it to playlist. The problem is... you and bye, darling, if he hasn't said... is it does not like when you mix things. And Mick and Lord Owl, speak of the devil. And did I see someone said... about my mum? Is my mum heading off? I don't know. So he didn't actually tell me where he was. So how's young Morgan? Gone out for a toilet, I think. Not a big fan of boiling too. I always go for the side. It's a different setting and controller. So I'm going to crack on with this a bit more. Otherwise, not much is getting done tonight. So I think now it's about starting to build back the house on the outside before I do any more. So there is another inner wall, but the problem is I think it goes here, and this is why I said about not possibly sealing up, because it goes up in here. Oh, maybe I should do this bit first actually. Yeah, so actually, I've got this in before where it slid into it. Ah, I think it's in there. 2 sets, guys. Yeah, it's something like this, in which it doesn't sit straight. That's always the thing. So I'm going to try and straighten that out to get this to actually sit properly as well.
Get back in. I was thirsty.
Oh, okay.
You still reading the comments?
No, I've just said to him I'm going to build something, otherwise nothing's going to get done, is it?
Oh, where's my phone? Where are you up to on the comments?
I didn't know where you were.
Oh, so you haven't read anything?
Well, I've gone through, but I've said to the guys I don't know where you were. So I was kind of like, I don't know if you said bye to you and as he was heading off.
Yes.
Oh, so that, I saw that, but I said just in case you hadn't.
Alan Reynolds. I built James Bond's DV5, but the instructions are a bit naff. Talking about Lego.
Yeah, I noticed that because he said, what about, why don't you build as well? And I was like, well, the algorithm doesn't like when you mix.
VI train locos won't work with certain decoders. Jason's answering the question.
So let's get that.
John and Holly, how's young Morgan? Grumpy because he hasn't had a nap today. He always has a nap during the day, so he's grumpy and tired.
Right, so I've managed to get that fit in, so what I need to do is kind of get that in as well, so this is straight, and then start building the rest of the building back up, I think.
Not a big fan of bowling too heavy, and I always go to the trot the other side. Yeah, well, I'd be in the trot all the time. Adam, it's different setting on the controller, Chris. Have you tried that? Jace, they have a very high amp requirement. If the decoder cannot supply the amps, it will give issues. Aaron Bill, most 10-pin bowling lanes have bumpers for those who like bowling at the gullies. I would need that. Your mum said no for some reason.
I didn't know she was heading off.
Lord Al, raining here now, great. Sorry Al, it must have come over from us. Chris, interesting Jason, we'll try some of the chips. Simon, just updated my control system, so it could be something to do with that. Jason's be right back.
So that's the...
I said I was glad Mum was feeling better, Grace. John and Holly, I think even if I used disabled support I wouldn't hear any skills. Yeah, that'd be me too. Andy's transport videos is shooting off. Good night, Andy. Take care, buddy. Thank you for dropping in. Flymo, I can feel it coming. The air is cooling past Alan. I can smell it in the air yet. Ray, Chris, you'll probably have to reprogram the CVs. If the decoder didn't come up with a CV sheet, perhaps you could look it up. David Green, is it worth chipping your old locos? And Chris, thanks Ray, we'll investigate that. I might buy a nice modern chip and try that.
What I'm going to do is fill in here, because I've done this, but it doesn't go against the wall because of this. So again, it's certain things I built up that doesn't give much support.
Adam, I've seen Charlie at Particle Central chipping a triangle and it worked, David. Jason, could those selected YouTubers please see the chat group? Anthony, well, I need to get ready for the grandson. He'll be here shortly to spend the night. First time away from his mum and dad. It's going to be a long night. Oh, bless.
Oh,
well, Grandad is going to have lots of fun tonight then.
I was going to say, I hope he settles and enjoys the thing of it's with...
Adam, apparently split chassis locos aren't viable for chipping, David. Chris, David, I got an old Lima Coupler EMU set and DCC'd it through a good friend. Runs great. And I'm going to pin that. Jason will be going live shortly after RGJ Trains finishes. So our live will take you through to Andy's tomorrow, but please jump over to Jason's after our stream. If you towards the end of our stream, which is in about 12 minutes, if you want to drop a link in for people to jump over to yours, mate. You'll be fine. Adam, all the best, Anthony. Dodge. I hope you're keeping me out of the floods.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Right, David Green, yes, you need to know what stall amps are on the motor. If they're higher than the decoder puts out, you need to replace the motor onto a newer that takes less amps. Some good knowledgeable people in here.
And if you want this knowledge off the lives, if you're on Facebook, type in Finita Model Railways and that should bring you to a group which a lot
or
of
you
us
could
are
actually type Finneton Central, which is the name of the page.
Oh yeah, that would help. And then
Givy.
I'm getting my names mixed up, but that page as well can help you off the live if you've got questions as well. The only thing that you do have to do is answer the questions for the bots. If you don't have a railway at the moment, just put that you've come from us.
Good night all, and I want the video. You're not getting the video, Maria. Roger,
Right.
I fit DCC decoders to all my locos, and that includes split chassis. There's not a model that cannot be DCC chipped. Okay.
Oh, is that Mr. Knockers?
It is. Must have heard us talking about.
Yeah, there's a couple tonight that we've mentioned them and then they've come in.
Bar manager missing them.
Yeah. Bar manager is quite busy this time of year though, isn't he?
Doing it. Flymo split chassis are easy to chip. Again, I bow down to superior knowledge because I've got no idea what they're talking about.
Right, so I've done both sides. Now I'm going to get the top done.
Adam, I thought that, Roger, but I've only heard talk of the split chassis thing. It would be more difficult, I dare say.
See, the good thing is because this is inside and completely shut off, I can be a bit messier. I want to be fairly neat though, but it means I can get away with putting a bit more on and letting it. Wipe that off inadvertently. So Jason's live after us tonight?
Yes, that's what I've said to someone. He needs to put a link in.
Oh, okay. So while we're talking about Jason, that has just made me think, if you do not know already, there is Model Rail Crew 22nd of June this year. A fantastic show. A lot of feedback saying how it is very much a show for the modelers by the modelers. It's a great laugh, guys. A great event. How much are tickets this year?
It's not such a model show as a get-together, isn't it?
Yeah. But there is some cracking railways.
Oh, yeah. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying, it's not run as a business sort of thing.
No.
Adam, do hit the like lever, folks, if you haven't already.
This is
Chris,
what I'm
Roger,
saying.
easy is probably not exactly the word, but they can be DCC with a bit of thought and a certain amount of skills. Well, that rules me out.
Oh, is that just broken on me? That's white.
You've broken something else.
No, the little corner of it. Like I say,
Alan Reynolds, like button hit, thank you, Velm. Right, but you have to make sure to isolate the motor on some of the use of the body weight for power. Adam, thank you for sharing Model Rail Crew. So, Jace, if you've got yours set up, if you want to drop it in now and then drop it in just before the link to your live stream, please, mate. Rog, fit a DCC to all my Ren locos, just fit the high amp decoders such as Zen Black Super.
Look.
Definitely above my knowledge.
But yeah, this is what I mean, guys, because of how old this is. Even just by trying to fix it, little bits are coming off, so. But I'm also having to apply this thicker because there is massive gaps.
I love the knowledge that we have in this group.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Because we can talk crap all night, and the minute someone asks a genuine question, there is so many people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah, not us.
Yeah, not us. We just teach people how not to do things.
Just trying to get this straight.
Flymo, can you put a link into the Penistone Central Facebook page as well, please, mate? Seeing as you are totally on the ball with the links tonight.
I'm going to have to line this up kind of upside down and get rid of this excess because that's going to be needed for other bits. I've obviously thinking too much.
Roger, rather easy. Just isolate motor. Easy peasy. Something I wouldn't even attempt, Roger. Oh, I'm knocking the heater off now. Start to cook.
So yeah, it has broke on me, but it's literally just a tiny corner bit that's gone. This is why I'm saying it is still quite delicate. And in one sense, building my own would take that away.
Definitely need a second battery on that solar panel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, going back to this solar panel that we got fitted for this heater, I actually looked at the logs the other day, and we're using 10%. I think I worked out 10% of the power that we're producing. And Adam shared Penistone Central Facebook page. Thank you so much, Adam.
Right, here should be...
Ray, never heard of those decoders. Mark, lucky for you lot, it's still looking like I won't be able to make crew this shit. Oh, that's not good.
no.
Who's going to be sat in the back of my car shouting bus anchor?
You had to think about that then, didn't you?
I had to stop myself. Well, hello.
I'm going to say, don't Simon turn around and say he's not coming now.
I'll fly over there and drag him over. Chris, I shall have a go at my Backman split chassis manor then. I weathered and renamed it, but I've shied away from DCCing because of people saying it couldn't be done.
So yeah, that is the biggest problem. When this was built, it's not being built the best either from cardboard, because obviously maybe they couldn't be bothered to wait for another plaster, but the amount of gaps and things, even with like this wall support, it's a no wonder it's falling apart. I'm trying to make do with what I can.
Chris says, Roger's still using your chili sauce. Great stuff. And Mark shared Central Facebook page again. Thank you very much, Mark.
But fixing this in, I do have to bear in mind things like the wall that's still going to be going in, so I've actually got clear bits that I've...
Yeah, Jace, if you are still in, can you please drop your link in for your live, which is coming in after this? Or if someone... Oh, and Hermitage Road. Pete's shooting off, night all. Thank you, Pete. You take care, mate, and sleep well. Ray, I haven't used them, Andy. I do soundtracks.
Oh, no, I can't put that there because it's...
Roger, I fit DCC sound lights to a 1950s Robex loco. Just used an upstep of higher amps. And Mick's going to crew, staying overnight. Oh, brilliant,
nice.
mate. Paul Woods, it's another brick in the wall.
Yeah, trust me. Feels like it. But because I'm building this from what's already there, I've got to fit it in line so the other bits will go back in place. So it's trying to fix things while also enabling it to still go in place. Right, I think that's there. Put extra bits here. Luckily this stuff is pretty good that it doesn't take too long to dry to the point you can like leave it where you put it.
And Jason's just nipping to the shop. He hasn't set his live stream up yet at the moment.
Okay.
I have just had a look myself. Rog, Grace, is that one of them Lincoln mould builds you're trying to repair?
Yes it is, and now I really want a set to make my own. Because I like the idea of fixing it of bricks and mortar yourself. This is a kit bashing I would love to do. I said this to you, didn't I? I'd love to build my own and then even possibly copy this one to make a brand new one to kind of try and build it a bit more stable. But I don't know whether I'd look for the old sets that go for quite expensive considering the new sets are available. No. Or just buy new because apparently after a chat...
Mark, sorry Rob, but unless Holmes a Tesco pays a bonus pretty quickly or are coming to some money on the wedge. Yeah, I do understand, mate. You will be missed if you can't make it.
Oh, this. Why am I bothering about this one being straight? It doesn't even touch the floor, actually. Thinking about it. Yeah, it's too short anyway. So I'm there trying to get it straight, guys. And it doesn't actually touch the floor.
And Chris, Mark, I highly enjoyed meeting you at Crew last year. Yeah, Mark, so shut up. You've got to try and make it somehow. You will be missed if you can't. We'll come and beat the bosses up for you. Tell them to pay your bonus for you. And anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to start wind it down. So if everybody wants to start saying ta-ra to each other. Like I said, we do have a rather early start in the morning.
And we're obviously... might start for Jason's, at least the start of Jason's live, but...
Yeah. Oh, and we shall bring this back over, even though Grace has just shoved a mouth full of food.
I've just realised I've got a bit of a burnt face as well, haven't I?
Mick, if anyone fits HM7000, make sure you have the reset code.
Oh.
Adam, yeah, getting the flat stones and such. We build shillings at primary school. I've got a source of flat stones at the right size. Chris, get yourself delivered to Crew on a Tesco delivery. That's not a bad idea, Mark. Order a food delivery, put yourself as part of it, and make Crew the actual destination.
Or just say you'll take one for the team, you're helping out. And
No. We could all do some food orders and tell them we want them to come from Mark's store. They have to come from Mark's store.
But they don't think it works like that, dear.
Well, we won't give them a choice. Richard Grace on New Linker, see Scalecast. Yeah, we've been looking on their site, mate. John and Holly, thanks for a great live. Rob and Grace, bye everyone, take care and have a good week.
Yes, have a good week, guys. I'm hoping to...
So, like we said, our live stream will shove you over to Andy's tomorrow. obviously. But keep an eye on Jason Barnabas Junction this evening after the hours ends, because he's just popped to the shops, but he's got an announcement to make. So that should be exciting. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Oh yeah, Paul Woods, if you can do the honours, please, sir.
Oh, so why have we taken it away from me to put it on me cottage?
To say goodnight.
Oh, night everyone. So I'm just getting rid of this because I can't actually seal it up.
So, Andy, we will try and get into your live stream tomorrow. Last week we were just so busy, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, typically the 1 week that Mum was in.
Mark, during the queue up of all the Tesco's, everyone have whacked the Tesco top board at the moment. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And there we go. So we will knock it back over to Grace's disaster zone. Obviously, from both of us, we say thank you very much for joining us again, as always.
Thank you to all our patrons, members, our gifters, our donators, everybody that's part of the channel, our lurkers, our rewatchers, and most importantly, our mods who, on and off the lives, help us out. So thank you all and good night.